What is up, world? Here we are, the fellas back at it again. Early morning NBA player prop edition. I see you guys in the live already. Love it. Let us know in the comments anything you're looking at today. We'll get you going your way. We are here, Sach and ZJ. This is the early NBA player prop edition, the Bet Champ Show. And we got some plays for you today, as well as E already said his plays last night. So I'll be sure to make some videos of those coming out today, but they look like some good ones. I mean, E's bouncing everywhere. That's what I love about E. E just looks so right.
You will dip into high school basketball if you were able to bet on it.
Absolutely. And we got some ground to cover today, Sach, but I think we're back in action right away. But yeah, we'll get started with you, my man.
Yeah, got some ground to cover. Need a good little bounce back day. So I'm trying to stay in these games where it matters, where it means something, where guys are going to get the tick, where guys are going to get their shots. So I'm going to head into my first play of the day. I'm going to go with the guy that I bet on 2 nights ago, and you can get him at about the same line tonight. And that's I'm going to go Taylor Hendricks over 9.5 points at plus 110. The Jazz are without Jordan Clarkson, John Collins, and Lauri Markkanen in 3 games. As we can see now, without those 3 guys, he's gone over 9.5 this year all 3 times. He's getting his shots. He just had 18 the other night when he was at 8.5, 9.5 points once again. Going up against the Cavaliers, the guy's going to play his 30 minutes. He's going to get his shots. Cavs are obviously going to be focusing on Colin Sexton. That's going to be the guy for the Jazz that's going to score a lot of points. But Taylor Hendricks is a guy that can, he's a 3-level scorer, can shoot the 3, mid-range, get to the rim, out in transition. And for 9.5 points, this is, he's just going to get a ton of tick tonight, and he's going to get his shots. After scoring 18 the other night, I don't think his line is high enough. He could have scored 25 plus if the guys would pass him the ball a little bit more. He kind of barraged like 8 points in the end, but I'm gonna just stay with the hot hand, the guy who's a rookie, or I think he's a younger player, like first or second year player. So let's go Taylor Hendricks over 9.5 points at plus money as well. You can get him at plus money, which is perfect. This month he's 15 and 18 without these guys, and I'm gonna rock with him again tonight over 9.5 points. Taylor Hendricks, we could lock that one in. I love this play.
Yeah, I really like it too, guys. Sach threw this one out the other day, and I was honestly a little skeptical about it. I didn't really know too much about it, but we were watching the game live and everything, and they were giving him 9.5, and he finishes with 18. Dude was going wild. And that's the thing about, the Jazz team, what Sacha said, they're a little banged up here, so they're going to have a more of a rotation, playing more guys, and he's definitely one of them. And he was on the floor a lot of the time, which I like. You want guys who are on the floor a lot of the game. And that's what I'm going to throw out with this next one, too. I really like this. I'm heading into the Knicks versus Heat game. And shout out our guy E, because I'm going with one of the Villanova boys himself. I'm going to rock Josh Hart tonight. That's Josh Hart over for points and rebounds at 20.5. I love it. You guys can see the green across the board. It looks like he's averaging around 24.2 points plus rebounds a game. Yeah, 24.2 points plus rebounds a game. 15 out of his last 19 games, which I love. That's a good trend there, guys. I really do. I really like Josh, too, especially on the Knicks. We talk about teams that are kind of banged up. The Knicks have some definite players banged up heading into the playoffs, so they're hoping to get back. But what about Josh Hart is just the role he plays for this team. And if we know anything about the Knicks, Coach Tibbs plays his guys, and he plays his guys consistent minutes. I mean, these guys are absolutely grinding heading into the playoff season, and Josh Hart is a big role on the team. So give me Josh Hart again over 20.5 points plus rebounds. I really like it. I'm going to lock this one in, Sach, man.
Yeah, this one's a lower line, I feel like, for what he is normally at, which is nice. And
which I really like.
Yeah, going up against the Heat, they're a solid rebounding team. But, Josh Hart's he seems like he gets like 14 rebounds a night, which is good to see. But, yeah, this is one of those lines where it's kind of weird. But, it makes sense. So, I like this play. I was surprised it was this low when you sent it in. So, I don't mind Josh Hart at all for a good little PR. And then for my second and final play, I'm going to go up against in the Spurs and Nuggets matchup. And I'm going to go with another guy who's going to get a ton of playing time, and that's Julian Champagnie. On the Spurs, small forward, over 9.5 points. Spurs are pretty much without. Well, they are without. They're without Keldon Johnson, small forward, Sohan, power forward, and Devin Vassell. All three of those guys are out, and you can see in the 5 games without all three of those guys. Yeah, there's some of them were last year, but he's just going to get a ton of playing time as well. He played 30-something minutes the other night, like 38 minutes, and going up against the Nuggets are a little they're not injured, but they're a little dinged up. You got Aaron Gordon, game time decision. Jokic and Murray are all game time decisions. I would assume at least 2 of the 3 are going to play. I think Murray may be out again, but the Spurs, are going to play these young guys. Wemby's still playing. He's on a minutes restriction, and Champagnie's going to get his shots. He's going to get about 9 to 10 shots tonight. In both matchups, which made me intriguing to bet this one, is in both matchups against the Nuggets, Champagnie has gone over this line even without those guys out. He scored 13 against them this year, and then he scored 10 against them last time. And those were with some of those guys playing, with the Devin Vassell, the Sohan, the Keldon Johnson, who are all, solid scorers for them. So I like rocking with Champagnie again tonight, over 9.5 points going up against the Nugs. Guys are just going to be firing. They're not trying to win. They're just trying to get developed a little bit and get some shots up. So I like Julian Champagnie. They only played like 8 people, an 8-man rotation, the Spurs. So Pop's going to roll with these guys all game long. So I like this play as well, over 9.5 points for Champagnie.
Let's go. All right, Sach, I'm going to take us over to the Clippers versus Kings. This is a player, like, when, sometimes us handicappers, we like to have like a go-to play or anything like that. I would call this one of my go-to plays here and there, which I like. And I haven't really used it a lot this year. And I know you've kind of hopped on it a little as of lately, or we were talking about it the other day too. I'm going to rock with Paul George tonight with the points, Sach. I really am. He's hit this in the last 7 out of 10 games. You talk about a guy who you want to really rely on point scoring wise. I would say Paul George is definitely one of those guys, especially in the league. I mean, he's got the full game package, right? Get to the rim, 3-pointer, mid-range shot, anything. A lot of people say Paul George has one of the smoothest games in the NBA. Hashtag Erica Badu. That guy just looks looking with the music playing and everything. So I'm gonna roll. I will call it old reliable today here, Sach. We're gonna take over 22.5 for Paul George. Look, be sure to check this one out on the books, guys, because it might even be a little lower than 22.5. It usually is sometimes. So if you can get it at like a 21.5, I mean that's some nice money right there. But I'm gonna roll with Paul George again tonight. Over 22.5 points plus assists. Let me check on you can leave it up. Let you talk about it. Let me check some real quick.
Yeah, I mean, Paul George was at 21.5 points going up against Charlotte the other night, and he ended up scoring 41. I was kicking myself in the foot when I didn't take him over 21.5. And I mean, one more point for the Kings, I don't mind that at all. And obviously he's hot. Obviously, the fact that he played enough to get 41 against Charlotte, shows the mindset of the Clippers on this late stretch that they're going to still play these guys a ton. They're still trying to get the best possible seeding they can. And let me look at the standings. I think the Clippers are 2 games behind, or 2 games in front of the Mavericks. So they have no room for Clippers have a possibility of falling all the way down to 6 if they're not careful. So, they got to win. So they're going to play these guys till the end, no matter what. They got to.
100%. It looks like it's 22.5 on all books, which I still love, guys. You see the last 7 out of 10 games. I mean, the average there, especially on the chart we're showing you and everything, his average is definitely over 22.5. by a nice little margin there. So I love it. I mean, the guy's going to have the ball in his hand. It's going to be a nice game. Kings always usually come to play as well, you know, and like Sach said, a couple games away from the playoffs, baby. A lot of these teams are still fighting, trying to get maybe a better seed, or, you know, a lot of these teams are fighting again, but that obviously these two guys are looking decently nice right now. So again, Paul George over 22.5 points will rock that night. But there you have it, ladies and gents, the Bet Champ Show player prop edition. That's 4 plays for you guys coming out today. Tell a friend, give us a follow. You get to see all 4 play. I want to just remind everyone, you get to see all 4 plays if you actually watch the YouTube videos. This is the video you're watching right now, wherever, on whatever platform you're on, Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, X. You can always play it back, send it to whoever. But on Instagram and TikTok, we only post 2 plays. So 1 play from myself and 1 play from Sach. So if you want to get the full play, just a reminder, you can always come back to this YouTube video and get all 4 plays. And then tune in later today. E was giving out his plays last night. I'll say them right here, but I'll post some videos for Eric today, and I'll have his plays in the videos. But he's rocking with, hey, you know, he could go to underwater basket weaving. He could go to water polo. You know, today he's going with the NIT, not in tournament. He's rocking with Indiana State -2.5, guys.
They're at -3.5 right now. So,
okay. So yeah, if you want to, we probably should. I should have jumped on that last night for myself. I might juice it up to the 2.5 because I really like Indiana State too. I like what he was saying, but he's also taking Georgia in the next game plus the points. Georgia plus the points. So choose one of those. Like that 6 total plays for you guys today, you know, and let us know what you're doing. You guys can always reach out to us. We always like to talk money management. So like a good unit system is always great for this. You know, you want to make sure you have a unit system going into this. You can't just try to hit a home run every day. You know, you have to have a unit system. It's all about variance here, guys. You want to put your units into these plays and see where you get outside on the rest of the day and everything, and see what you can continuation from, and see if you're playing with house money now. It's always better to bet with house money than your own money, and that's what I love here. So always reach out to us, guys. Let us know, hey, you know, I have this amount I can spend. What should my unit system be? Da, 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 da. Or hey, you know, I have this today. Kind of what should I spend on this one? Always never bet anything you want. You know, never bet anything you can't afford to lose, guys. We're here to help you build your account up and everything, but we're smart as well. Sach and myself aren't just throwing out home runs every day or anything. You know, we got a smart little system that we've been doing from the beginning of the show on, and we want to share it with you guys. So feel free to, like I said, DM us on Instagram, man. DM us on Instagram, TikTok, or whatever platform you're on. You guys can always reach out. We're always going to respond to you guys. We're not going to ignore you guys or anything. You guys are a huge part of this show and everything, and we're glad to have you here. And if you want to come on the show and have a conversation with us and the fellas, you always can. We'll get that going for you. But this is the Bet Champ Show. Early odds. Sach, you got anything to end the show with?
I mean, yeah, pretty much like you said, this is all for fun. This isn't for, you know, us to get rich, us to, you know, blow up to, you know, millionaire status like a lot of these fake sports bettors do. It's not really realistic. This is all for fun, just to throw a little extra coin in your pocket. If you do, you know, you go out and have a night with the boys or do whatever you want with it. That's all it's about. And to, you know, have smart bankroll management. Don't bet above your means. Don't go 6-0 the very next day, and then the next day you increase your betting size just because you won. That's not how you're going to win long term. So, you know, any questions that anyone has, we're always available, and, you know, try to stay away from those parlays as much as possible. It's fun to throw one out like once a week. That I'll do, not even a full unit size, but yeah, I mean, we're always here for any questions and whatnot. So looking forward to today's picks.
100%, guys. Well, that'll do it for the morning show. Tune into the socials today. We're going to have more plays coming your way, but we will see you guys in the next episode, baby. Let's get it.